Hi everyone, it's me, it's Her Style. I go by Shayla, and it's been such a while since I've been on the screen because you guys might know me from Ladies with No Filter, and where I had my friend beside me doing podcasts, and also I was on TikTok doing my little story times, as everybody knows me as. But I'm here to join you as It's Her Style, Shayla, my podcast on my own, talking about real things that matter and things that are just really important. I feel like we don't really touch on as ladies, men, things that just need to be spoken about. Now, this episode is going to be literally touching base with, how we can level up as individuals, as women, how we can just make ourselves better. So let's just get right into it and talk about it straight away. Leveling up. What is that, and how do we become the best version of ourselves? So I would say look after yourself is number one. You have to make sure you look after yourself. Make sure you look after your body. Make sure you keep fit. Put food in your body that's going to make you feel good and look good. I know people like to say, come as you are. No, you need to work on yourself. You can't expect everybody to take you as you are if you ain't looking your best or feeling your best. It also means look after your mind. What you inject in there, what you put in there is very important. You can't just allow yourself to watch anything, listen to anything, and just be open to just things that are not going to fuel you with positivity. Don't allow things that are negative to get into your mind, because that just creates a persona and energy that someone else can feel, and it's just not going to be a good for you or anybody else. You should be able to chill in your own body. Look after your skin. It's very important that you look after your skin, because I know there's many girls that won't show their real faces to their man. When their man comes, they're always got makeup on. They always have to make sure they're dolled up, but they can never sit in their natural skin. If you take the time to look after your skin, then you won't have to put on all this facade. You will feel great about yourself. Do you know how nice it is to be able to sit in your home or be outside and be in your own skin with just sunscreen on your skin, moisturizer, and just be able to feel free and just nice, I'd say number 2 is setting boundaries. Make sure you set boundaries with whoever, whether it's your friends, your family, the person you're dating. Make sure you set healthy boundaries. So for example, you need to make sure you know what you want. Let's talk about the dating route. Okay, if you're going to be dating somebody, you need to make sure you know what you want. And there's a lot of girls that I've realized don't actually know what they want in a man. They're literally just dating blindlessly, like just literally going from man to man with no intention, just seeing if it's going to work out. No, have your list. What are your wants, needs, and compromises? What do you want from a man? What do you need, and what will you compromise on? Is it okay if he is your height without heels on? Is it okay if he is not as tall as you want him to be? Because there's not many 6'2" men in the world. Okay, let's be realistic. So we need to know what we're willing to compromise on. What are the things that we need? Do we need our love languages to be met? Do we need someone that can spend quality time with us, that will call us every day, say good morning? One thing I always say as a bit of advice is that a man should proceed how he's going to be in the future. Don't even get all hooked up on the good morning texts, the flowers, the roses. If you can't keep that up after 3 months, you're going to be upset, because real life is going to set in. So you need to know what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to accept, okay? Because trust me, and even with friendships, there needs to be healthy boundaries. What are the kind of things you're willing to accept from your friend, and what are you not? I know that there are friends that share too much information with each other. Not everything has to be told to your friends. There's a difference between being private and being secretive. And I think a lot of people should practice privacy, That's what I think anyway. Let's get into the nitty-gritty one. I know people are not going to like me for saying this, but what does your wardrobe say about you? This is really controversial, because I know a lot of women are saying these days, what I wear doesn't matter. How I present myself matters, but not what I wear. Don't judge me by what I'm wearing. Okay. This one, I feel like a lot of women need to take a lot of accountability, because how can you come dressed with your tits all out, your legs all out, boobies hanging to the floor, and say, I want a man to respect me? If a man comes up to you and he looks like he's homeless, are you going to want him? If you're going to dress like a hoe, you're going to be picked up by a pimp. Let's be real. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. Most men don't want their woman looking like that. They don't. I see a lot of girls relying on men jumping in their DMs. Look at your Instagram feed. Look at your social media. What does your pictures say about you? What does the things that you're wearing say about you? You can't shout all men are scum, all men are trash, but then you're looking like you want a man to pick you up and treat you like trash. Let's be realistic here. And I know a lot of girls are going to be like, she's being a pick-me, she's being a pick. Listen, it's not about being pick-me, it's being realistic. If your son brought home a woman that looked like she belonged on the side curb, what are you going to say to him? Are you going to be, no, maybe she's really decent inside, maybe she's really nice. You're going to talk to her like she's a girl on the side curb because you're thinking, what is this? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. And I know a lot of men are going to agree with me with this. Women need to stop saying like men shouldn't concern themselves with what women wear. No, it is important because one day you're going to be the one raising their children, raising their daughters, and they're not going to want you looking like that and then having this city girl attitude raising their children. Let's be realistic, okay? So what does your social media say about you? What did your pictures say about you, you know? Next, and my last one, actually no, it's not my last one. Sorry, that was wrong. This is my fourth one. Look at your friend group. What does your friend group say about you? And do you know what's so funny? I remember someone saying to me, you know, one of your friends are this kind of way. Are you like that? And it kind of made me feel like, no, like just because my friends are like that doesn't mean I'm like that. And that's not what I'm trying to say to you guys. It's just because your friends are a certain way doesn't mean you're like that. But in terms of growth, what are your friends like? Are they ambitious? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they looking to go places? Or are they content in being where they are now and that's how they're going to be for the rest of their life? If you're looking to go places as a woman, you need to be around people that are absolutely into growth, growing, exceeding, and being overly exceptional. You can't be around people that are basic because they will never understand you or get your vision. They will look at you like you're crazy. You want to be the best of what? You want to get highly educated in what? You want to get a master's degree? What do you mean? You want to be like, there are women that just want to be housewives and that's it, and just sit there. You wanted to have that career, have it all, have the kids, have the family, have the career, have the business. They'll be looking at you like you're mad. Why are you trying to do it all? Be with people that are like you, are like-minded. Not saying you can't be friends with those people that are not like-minded, but if you're looking to go places, you need to put yourself around people that are in a similar mindset to you, because I really feel like it's important, because you will attract certain energy and certain people around you if you don't put yourself in that space with people that can help you to grow. It's like taking yourself somewhere to meet investors. Putting yourself in an environment where there are investors, there are people that are into, you know, just getting into cryptocurrency, into excelling themselves, people that are into bigger things in life. But if you're constantly around Michelle in South London and all she keeps on talking about is Daniel from Brixton and, you know, I can't wait to meet Daniel and all of this, but there's no conversation of growth. There's no conversation of excelling. You're just going to be, you might just end up like Misha and we're in South London. So anyways, number 5 is practice emotional intelligence. Now this goes for men and women. I feel like this is so important. This is my last one. Practicing emotional intelligence is something that's really, really helped me out, helped me through so many things, because I feel like you have to be above it all, literally. If you don't say that this is above me or it is what it is, you will be easily put yourself in places that you don't want to be. Always keep calm. I always say, like, when you've heard bad news or something great hasn't happened, or you're outraged and you're angry, or even if your partner has cheated on you, or you found out something that you don't like that your friend's done, be calm. Be calm. Take it with your stride. Be very calm. Sleep on it. And then come back to it in the morning. Yes, I'm saying it like I'm perfect, but I'm not, because sometimes I get a bit rowdy. But, you know, I draw it back in and say to myself, be calm. Be calm. Emotional intelligence is much more powerful than going crazy. Chill on it, you know? Think before you do things. Don't always be ready to attack. You want to be seen as the person that's got it under control. Calm, collective, well-spoken, understands herself to the point where she doesn't need to roar at every moment when there's an inconvenience. Show that you got it together. You think about things properly. Be that woman. Be that woman. I'm telling you, it's attractive, it's sexy, and it just shows that you're emotionally intelligent and you don't just act off your emotions. There's nothing worse than a woman consistently acting off our emotions. We go through different emotions every single day. Even throughout the month, we have ovulation, we have PMS, we have different periods of the month where we're just not feeling our greatest. And if we was acting off our emotions all the time, we will be putting ourselves in a lot of problems. Because I know when my period is coming, I'm a dragon. But if I display that with everybody, they'll think I'm crazy. I need to be locked up. So you need to practice emotional intelligence, okay? Now, that's what I believe leveling up is. It's just working on yourself, practicing certain techniques to make sure you're a better person than you were, in the past. Just making sure you're better than you were in the past, and just making sure that you are concentrating on yourself. All I will always say to you is, no one is coming to save you. You're the only person that's coming to save you. God and yourself. You need to have a come to Jesus moment or come to God moment where you say, what do I do now? What can I do to better myself? How am I going to change, and how am I going to be a better person? Because no one is going to save you. Not that man that has money, not that child that you gave birth to, not your work colleagues, not your job, no one. When it gets hard and your mental state is not where it needs to be, you need to learn how to save yourself, because you're the only one that's going to drag yourself out of that pit. Nobody's coming to save you. As much as someone might come and help you, it lies within you, because what's up here is going to affect what you do next. So save yourself and don't rely on anybody else to do that, because it's all about you, okay? So yeah, that's what I had to say about leveling up. Now, you know that I'm not gonna let you guys hang without talking about my speciality, which is dating. Something that I really enjoy talking about, and not just dating, like dating, love life, relationships, being a single mom, having babies, baby daddies. I'm sure a lot of people might have seen my face on the clip with a certain somebody called China, about him talking about me being a baby mama and all of that. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So what I wanted to say about dating, I feel like a lot of people are going around and talking about red flags this, green flags this, all of this flag business. Let me tell you something, yeah? I wish I told myself some things when I was younger, which are, know the difference between a red flag and when someone needs to be, well, not even someone needs to be, when someone needs to do self-improvement, and it's as simple as that is just their weakness. See, red flags are things that are deemed to be like, that's a red flag. I'm not going to date someone like that. Like, for instance, someone having multiple baby mums. Red flag, because it tells me you're not stable. But then there are some things that could be deemed as a weakness. So somebody's saying, I'm not great with communication. A lot of women will be like, that's a red flag. You don't know how to communicate. That's a red flag. No, because nobody is perfect. That is a weakness. That is something that can be strengthened. A man can be a great communicator for the woman that he wants to be with. It just takes him wanting to make that change. He can make that change. That can be strengthened. But someone, like, for instance, someone being an abuser, that's a red flag. Because why do you need to hit women? That's not a weakness. That's something that you've chosen to do. You've done it repeatedly. And why are you doing that? That's a red flag. Someone that is always like emotional abuse, same thing. That's a red flag. But you saying you are not great at communicating, as a woman, I know females that are not that great at communicating. But they've seen it as a weakness. And because they like the person that they're with, they're trying to do better. Cheating is, to me, that's not a weakness. You chose to cheat. That's a red flag. Okay? And I believe when you cheat once, you are going to do it again. If you give an opportunity, you're going to do it again. So to me, that is definitely a red flag. Someone that's not stable in terms of, like I said, having multiple baby moms. Why can't you keep your dick in your pants? You have no self-control. But in saying that, now thinking about it, if you have no self-control, can that be trained? Is that a weakness? that can be considered a weakness, but you're not going to try that on me because that to me is a red flag. Maybe I'm contradicting myself here, but I feel like a man should have self-control. And if you don't have self-control, maybe you can exercise it and grow that and not make that be a weakness. See, I'm saying it like that because I don't tolerate cheating, and cheating to me is a sucker move. And I feel like if you cheat, then you need to go immediately. So yeah, I think that's what we need to know the difference on. And my next topic is, I like to call it, don't just have a baby. Don't just have a baby. When I was growing up, I had a friend that I said to her, I've got a child already. I'm telling you, you don't want these problems. As much as you want to have a baby with this guy, don't have a child until you are married. Just wait on it. Just wait, because men change when they have a child with a woman. She didn't believe me. She thought, no, me and my partner, we love each other a lot. Ain't nothing gonna change. Oh, honey, as soon as she had that baby, he changed. And I say this to every woman. I say it to everyone. You think you know him. Until you have a child with that man, you don't know him. Men change when they have kids. And it's either for the best or for the worst. And you ain't gonna know until you push that baby out. But I'm telling you, in that first year, you're gonna see what kind of man he is. Men completely change. I don't know why they change. I wish I had a guy on today so he could tell us why. But they change. I don't know what goes on, what goes off. And I think men say women change too, but I feel like we change to be more about our child. But then it's another thing for us because it's like we have to be that maternal person. But then men change and it's like, I don't know, it's because they didn't carry the baby. Is it because you didn't carry the baby? I don't know. I would love men to comment about this. Is it because you didn't carry the baby, you don't have that connection straight away? Because why is it that men change for the worse or for the better? Because that's all I've ever seen, is that men completely do a U-turn. And I don't know why that is. But it brings me back to say, protect yourself. Like, if you find out that you're pregnant, I always say this, I don't care if you're married, I don't care if you're single. If you find out that you're pregnant, I don't condone having abortions or anything like that, but I'm just going to say this to you. If you find yourself pregnant, if you're going to have the baby, think about having that baby without that man being there. And are you going to be okay with that? Is that something that you're going to be okay with? Because trust me, more time it's going to be on you. And if he was to leave, what would you do? Could you cope with the child? Would you not want to be with the child? Are you having that child just for the man? Always have a child for yourself. And I know a lot of men are not going to agree with that because maybe you don't understand why I'm saying it. But a woman should always have a child for herself because, like I said, that man can up and leave and go. That baby is with you. That is your child. Yes, it can happen to men. The woman can leave and the man can carry the baby on his own. But more time, the woman's left on her own. And if you can't function, and if you're just having that baby for the man, you're not gonna be able to do well. So have the baby for yourself, not for the fact that he wants you to have the baby, because you need to have the baby and act like, I'm having this baby, and even if he left me, I'll still be okay being a mother on my own, doing my own thing. Because one thing I don't like is when women like to spite men for not wanting to be the father. Yes, it takes two to tango, but if one parent decides to flog off, I know people are going to hate me for this. If one parent decides to flog off, you got to step up. And yes, it's not fair, but you got to step up. You got to step up and you have to take responsibility for your child. What can I say? Like, it's not easy, but that's the reality of the situation. And I think a lot of women, because you go into it saying, I didn't want to do this by myself, you feel like you've been hard done by, and how dare you do this to me? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been that woman before. I've been that woman where I felt like, how can I have this child? You said you wanted to do this with me and you left. It is so painful. But at the end of the day, you gotta step up, because who else is gonna do it for you? Like I said before, nobody is coming to save you. Only you can save you. So with or without them, you got to show up for yourself. You got to do it. You can't have babies just to keep a man. A baby is not going to keep a man at all. A baby is definitely not going to keep a man. And that's one thing I feel like a lot of people need to understand. As much as you feel that, you know, you're going to be in total love with this man after the baby, it's not going to keep him. If he didn't want to be with you then, he's not going to be with you after that child comes. So just be for real and keep it real with yourself and don't lie to yourself, okay? This leads me on to, if a man likes or loves you, he will do anything within his capability to please you. A lot of women be like, no, but if he's busy, then he can't. No, if a man likes you, he loves you, he's going to do the most to please you. End of story. Men like to make women's life easier. If a man likes you, he wants to make your life easier. He wants to help you in any way that he can. He wants to try and show you that he is the man for you. He doesn't want anybody else to come and show up for you. He wants to show up for you. So if he likes you, he's going to please you. How do we know when a man likes us? He's going to call you. He's going to text you. He's going to show up. He's going to take you out. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Yeah, I fell into the trap. You heard my story times. I fell into the trap where a guy will be texting me all day. Don't let that man text you all day. Don't let him text you all day. He needs to pick up the phone and call you. If he likes you, he's going to call you. And furthermore, he's going to take you out. Do you know what? I even said to one of my friends the other day, she was telling me how much she likes this guy and how much she really, really likes him. And she's so interested in him and all of this stuff. And I said to her, what do you like about him? Why do you like him? She goes, because he makes you feel like this. I go, take your feelings out of it completely. Why do you like him? She couldn't even really tell me why she liked him. A lot of women like men just because they like them, because the man makes them feel good. Take your feelings out of it. Use emotional intelligence. Take your feelings out of it completely. I would like any girl watching this, ask your friend that she says she's in love with this guy, she likes this man. Ask her, why do you like him? If she can't give you 5 reasons why she likes him, it's because she's doing more than he's doing. Because she likes him so much, it's blinding her eyes to the fact that he ain't doing much. Because if he was doing much, she would be able to tell you why she liked him. Why do you like that man? A lot of women fall into this trap and then after a couple of months or even years realize, hold on a second, he did nothing for me. He didn't like taking me out. He didn't like looking after me. He didn't like doing things that I like to do. He was kind of distant, didn't really like being on the phone, didn't like doing this. Because why? You was running head fast. You was planning, you was doing all these things. And he was literally just coasting and following your lead. Laying back and just watching this girl do the most. What I've realized is, let me tell you the key to something. This is what you guys should do. A lot of females try this. Sit back, do nothing. If you do nothing, will he call you? Will he text you? Will he plan a date? Will he take you out? What would he do? If you sit back and do absolutely nothing, how would it be? How would that relationship be? If he's not carrying the motion, it's just you. You like him just because you like him. There is no reason for you to like him. You just like him. And he's doing literally bare minimum for you. So try it. Sit back, do nothing, and watch. If he doesn't call you and say, babe, what's going on? What's going on? If he ain't calling you, trying to plan something, I'm trying to do something, not saying I miss you, I want to see you. Girl, you're in this alone. You're in this alone. Go and find somebody that likes you, that wants to be with you, not trying to just fill time. A man knows when he wants a woman and he knows when he wants that woman. And he will try to be around that woman. He will call you and be like, can I come and see you? I know someone that doesn't say anything to a woman about coming to see her. But yet, he called the woman and said to her, can I come and see you? Because he liked her that much. So that's what the men should be doing. The men should be running rings around the woman, not the woman running rings and trying to be a man to the woman. Put your masculinity down, be a feminine woman and just be like, I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm just a girl. Show up, show me, do things for me, make me feel cute, make me feel pretty, take me out, do this. Yeah, set your boundaries, tell him what you want. If you don't want to accept that, you don't want to do texting all day, tell him. A man that texts you all day ain't got nothing for you. A man that don't call you ain't got nothing for you. A man that don't take you out ain't got nothing for you. What can he do? He's at home. you're at home and he's just texting you. He needs to spend money, take you out. A man that spends money on you, he likes you. He's showing you he's interested. Obviously, we know there are some guys that just spend money just because they have it. But a man actually wants to spend quality time with you and takes you out and wants to get to know you. That's the one you should be entertaining. Not the ones that wait for you to tell them, let's do something. Let's plan a date. Anyways, I've exhausted this topic enough. But you get my drift, okay? You get my drift. How else do we know when a man likes us? That's what you need to figure out for yourself. But like I said, sit back and relax and you'll see, okay? And lastly, I'm going to mention, off the topic of relationships and dating and stuff, is friendships. I really want to say this because I feel like a lot of people are friends with people that genuinely hate them and actually don't like them. And I feel like people need to open up their eyes and see it. Whenever you have good news or great things that you have to say about yourself and then your friend is sitting there sour-faced, is that really your friend? Do they have any great intentions for you? You need to have friends that literally lift you up and say, you know, you're going to do great. I know you've got amazing things going. I love you. You're an amazing person. Not friends that get upset when you're doing well. And I know a lot of people are experiencing this right now because there's a lot of females really showing themselves. Even guys envying their friends. And do you know what? Now that I'm saying this, it's making me feel and think of those that are married and unhappy. Those that are dying to get married and their friends are not happy that they're getting married. All in that kind of that circle of like wanting to get married, seeing that your friends are getting married, but you're not happy about your friends getting married or friends being in great relationships because you're bitter that you're not in one yourself. Take a look at yourself and ask yourself, why am I unhappy about my friend's progression? Why does that make me upset? Why does that make me feel that way? Work on yourself, because you right there are the friend that is a hater. Let's keep it real. You're the hating friend. And that's why I'm going to end it. Thank you so much for watching my podcast for today. I wanted to keep it real, keep it cute, keep it sweet. And I hope that these things will help you in your journey on leveling up yourself and being a better person and leveling up in your dating life, your friend life, your family life, making sure that you become a better person than you were yesterday. So I hope you liked my first episode. Thank you for watching.